Buzzard Shields by Ronald Walker. You can find this on Smashwords. When you go to Smashwords, it will ask you to become a member, give your name, email address. That's where your books will be sent. The benefit of Smashwords to some degree is that once you buy a book, that book goes to your email address to be sent to you. Then it goes in your library on your Smashwords page, and you can't lose it. If something happens with your TV or your computer or whatever you got it on, tablet or phone, whatever, you can still just go to Smashwords, go to your library, and download that book. Every book that you have in your library there is there for you free of charge, unlike Amazon. If you lose your book from Amazon, you buy another one. And that's one of those things. You can see the outline of him riding his horse, see the sextant, that they did the locations and whatever, the big old gold mine. That's representation, because they did not do a mine like that. They did hand in eastern Alaska. That's more or less portrayed in the bottom here with the mountains. But he and his nephew started. His nephew had a bush plane that he used, and he also had a mail route that he ran with that plane. And they had time, and they went gold mining, and they found it in abundance. It was not a matter of just picking up a few pans of dirt and whatever and panning for gold. They had a lot of gold, and it was in veins. Buzzard was, they called him Unk at that time instead of Buzzard, and he was adept at finding mother lodes and veins and what you want to call it, because that gold had to come from somewhere. All the creeks and rivers and whatever, it didn't just float down the river. It was torn out, some of it probably. The valleys that are mostly were taken out by the ice flows. And if you can, there's some places in the Washington, Oregon, that area, that there are some really cuts that the ice did, tore out valleys and stuff and whatever. But anyway, the gold was here during the time that the earth was in a molten shape, and the heavier metals went into the core. And when the volcanoes erupted and whatever, that came out in the flow, came out in the mountain building, came out, and it was available to everybody. The gold that was found in California, most of it that was easily done was out just laying on the ground, or it was in streams or whatever. The major portions of it was in quartz. It was not the refined gold that you see and whatever, and it took a lot of mining to do it. But at any rate, he starts off as a carpenter with the Army in the Corps of Engineers building barracks. He was young, but he was capable, and he had people with him that was capable. They did that for about a year. Then he was asked to go and head the survey team that did a survey across the 4 states, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado, the 4-state area. There's only one place in our country that there are 4 states that border each other, and that's those 4 states. At any rate, he did that, then went up to Alaska, met with his nephew, who is actually older than him, and they mined gold. You can find this on Smashwords, and they're $6.99 a piece. I like them. Of course, I wrote them, but they are stories that I wanted to read that I hadn't found. and they're mostly about a person's life and what he did and his likes and whatever. The I won't even talk about America or whatever. But at any rate, subscribe to my channel. It helps me to grow. It'll help me to grow too. YouTube likes the likes, and it's not much to do. Just click a button, and if you want to comment, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you want to see, what you want to read. And these 30 books on Smashwords are different genres, and some of them are adult reading. The Buzzard Shields South is not. And anyway, go look at them. See what you think. Smashwords has over 10 million books published. They are honest with us, unlike some of the others, and they are, to me, honest in what they do. Think about having the books in your possession or having them where you can get them, and that's the way it will always be. You will not lose your books. You will not lose any money to have to do it over again or whatever. Smashwords, Ronald D. Walker. I've got 30 ebooks. Thank you.